Hi, so this is the last Soapbox for Institute Elections 2019. So we have the Hostel Affairs Secretary Soapbox and the contestant Venkata Vamsi here. We'll move on to his presentation.
Hello everyone, I'm Nanimela Venkata Vamsi, a fourth year dual degree student in the Department of Engineering Design, and I'm standing for the post of Hostel Affairs Secretary. My manifesto is divided into 5 segments: Digital Institute, Institute Life, Savings for Students, Environmental Impact, Miscellaneous and Follow-ups. Moving on to the Digital Institute, to promote digitization, I plan to introduce a digital kiosk in all the CMJFS facilities. This kiosk will have various options, such as to pre-order, to order on spot, to get deliveries from these facilities. At times we try to buy something out of a vending machine and we figure out that we don't have enough change for that. To address this issue, I plan to equip all the vending machines in all the hostels with payment of ID card. Next. So I plan to introduce Wi-Fi service in all the messes. So the current procedure to get a maintenance to your room for any kind of room infrastructure grievances, the procedure is you have to pay 2-3 visits to your hostel office, make a complaint and get them reminded every day to get your infrastructure repaired. So to address this issue, I'm going to introduce a common portal where you could register your complaint from your room itself and it will be resolved within a week time. Moving on to the institute life, I plan to introduce a multi-cuisine restaurant at the ground floor of Quark with a separate dessert counter. Right now we have Zaitun and it only provides Arabic style of cuisine, but I want to cater to all necessary cuisines and with a separate dessert counter as well. So currently the problem in the new SFC is congestion, and to address this issue I plan to remodel the girls SFC such that we have separate entry and exit and we have a free flow of students. Currently we don't have a provision for 24/7 sanitary napkin dispensers for the female students. I want to address this issue by providing a 24/7 sanitary napkin dispenser in all the female hostels. Moving on to savings for students, I want to introduce a monthly cycle repairing services in all the hostels. Currently you have 2 facilities where you could go get your cycle repaired, but I want to bring that to your hostel and get your cycles repaired in your hostel itself. And the payment could be made from the ID card. Currently we don't have a mobile repair service shop within the institute. I want to bring in a new shop, a new electrical shop which have both our laptop and repair services. For the upcoming batches of freshers, I want to introduce institute starter kits where all the requirements for hostel life will be made available. Moving on to environmental impact. So I want to introduce a common laundry facility in all the hostels with affordable prices. Tank water level indicators will be installed in all the restrooms. So I want to, finally I want to take a few past year initiatives such as Make Your Menu, Quantified Nutrition Store, Food Court, Decentralized Drinking Water Facility in all the hostels, Pantry and Ironing Facilities in the hostels. Thank you. Once again, I'm Nanimela Venkata Vamsi and I'm standing for the post of Hostel Affairs Secretary.
We'll move on to questioning by the Executive Council.
Okay, Vamsi. So your point about hostel vending machines to allow student ID cards. Who have you done the feasibility check with first?
I have run the feasibility check with the CFO.
Okay. Did you talk to CCW?
I talked to CCW
right.
as well.
Then who are you going to do it with?
Wendy man.
Vendiman, that's a specific vendor. How many MOUs do we have currently with vendors, with vending machine vendors?
We have two. One with the existing vendor and
No,
with
we don't have an MOU with the existing vendor. Okay,
Yeah.
next.
The question.
Which is the existing vendor?
The existing Vendiman, we are trying it out as a trial period. So
my
once
question
the
is,
trial
which,
period is over.
which
so
is the existing vendor? Okay, two vendors.
Yeah.
One, okay, what is our contract with Vendiman? What is our MOU with Vendiman?
So there is no MOU with Vendiman. We are running in a trial period. Once the trial period is over, I'm going to have an MOU with the vendor saying that he has to implement ID card. He has to equip all the vending machines with ID card. I have spoke to Vendiman and he has agreed for that.
Okay, another question. So now we don't have an MOU with both the vendors.
Yeah.
Now, on what basis are you going to give it to Vendiman? If Vendiman refuses, what is your contingency? How will your manifesto point work? If Vendiman is saying, I'm not getting margin,
No, I've
I'm packing.
talked to Vendiman and Vendiman is really interested in doing this.
Do you have
Because
it in
since we are-
wording? Do you have it in wording? Because we don't have an MOU yet.
We don't have an MOU yet, but I'm going to make one.
So you are saying regardless of what happens, you'll go with Vendiman.
No, after successful completion of the trial period, if there are no issues, we're going to make an MOU with the Vendiman, and I'm going to put a word saying that he has to implement, he has to equip all the vending machines with the ID card payment. And I've run the feasibility check with CFO and CCW. They are agreed for this.
Okay,
And
so
I've-
all right. Now, in the other side, so you are going to have to include the machines from CFO in all the vending machines.
Yes.
How many vending machines are you planning to have?
So I'm planning out to have whichever hostel wants a vending machine, all the hostels can have it, and also for them to get a terminal, I've talked to CFO. The only thing that the necessary for equipping the vending machine with an ID card payment is a POS terminal.
Okay.
For that POS terminal will cost only 5,000.
So assuming all the vendors, all the hostels want it, you are going to have 19 vending machines in campus in hostel zone.
Yes.
What is the rent CCW collects for this integration of this?
Right now there is a rent, but
What is the rent? Give me a
19
let's
rupees
see.
per square feet
no. Rent for the machine.
for the machine. I'm not sure.
You're not sure. All right. So let's take it to be 4,000. Now you have 19 hostels by Vendiman paying 4,000 per machine.
I've talked to Vendiman and he is interested in
He's interested in integrating it, but he doesn't
Yes.
know the numbers yet. Now he's going to spend 80,000 rupees every month for this facility. Where is he going to get that money from, given the margin he's selling from wholesale products is low?
No, so the rent with the machines currently being deducted from the hostel account system, like hostel budget, and the Vendiman is agreeing for without any charges for the machine, I guess.
No. My point is not about the rent collected from the hostel.
Okay.
My point is about the rent CCW or OHM collects for the machine integration. For them to provide the machine, they're collecting a rent.
Yes. Okay.
So if you're integrating this into all the vending machines, you are
Okay.
going to have them pay 19 cross 4,000 a month.
I got your question. So the thing that you're telling is like why will the vendor is going to?
Yes, given their margin for wholesale
No,
items is low.
I spoke with the Vendiman. He is very interested to put up in all the hostels, and
He
I have
doesn't
also-
know the numbers yet.
He doesn't know the numbers yet, but then again, when you integrate ID card payment to all the vending machines, the number of people who are going to use the vending machine is going to increase. And
What
number
is the
of people-
projected
and
data?
the awareness
What
among
is the
people-
projected data in numbers? Do you have some sort of numbers?
I don't have exact
Okay.
numbers, but then again, the number of people who are going to use the vending machines is going to increase. And
All
so he's-
right. So next question. What are you? So you have this online request portal for hostel room infrastructure, including nets, LAN portal,
Yes,
mirrors.
yes.
So what are you trying to achieve that a single Google form through view access and QR code can't?
So again, that's not a single Google form. It's a portal where all the room infrastructure will be listed out, and if there is any problem with it's specific to particular
Google form. Yes, no. Problem comment.
No. Now this portal will have access to the general secretary of in particular respective hostel.
Is
and
that
the hostel
something
manager and
is
HS.
that something a Google form can't?
No, the problem with the Google form is you
Link
send
it
a-
with hostel secretary's ID, hostel affairs secretary's ID. Done.
No. So, the thing is, it's going to be put up in iCollege.
Okay, iCollege. Now
currently
that
we
you're
have-
okay.
Currently,
iCollege.
we have IVRS portal, which is being used by the hostel managers. Now, my idea is to have a similar portal like IVRS, which will be there in iCollege, where the people can log in and put up their complaints. I have run the feasibility check through the CCW. CCW itself told me, saying that we already have IVRS portal under Dean Planning, which is being operated by the hostel managers. Now I'm planning to we are also planning to have one more complaint portal where it can be monitored by HAS and individual hostel secretaries.
This is not my point. My point is, why do you need a separate portal? Why? What is it that you are getting? What is the value addition that a Google form cannot?
I don't think it can be done through the Google form.
It can be done. I'll show you in 10 minutes. But okay. Okay. Now you are integrating it through iCollege.
Yes.
Now there is going to be charges.
Yes, I know.
Infrastructure building charges plus maintenance charges.
Yes.
Maintenance charges being man-hour charges.
Yes.
Where is this money going to come from?
It's not going to be an
Justify it
additional
over the effort you are putting for Google form.
So it's not going to be an additional portal. It's the same IVRS portal which will be given access to all the students.
Do you think IVRS portal access should be given to HAS and everybody?
No, the IVRS portal will have the access of registering complaints to the students, and the HAS will have the access of monitoring monitoring whether the issue has been resolved or not.
Make IVRS process simpler.
Yes.
Google form
That's the
IVRS. Okay, next question. So there is this point about desert counter.
Yes.
Special desert. Where is this going to come up?
Same ground floor. Currently,
where in
called Parfait place.
Parfait place. Is that place tenderable?
Is that place? Yeah.
Is that yes or no?
Yes.
All right. So it's separately tenderable.
No, I'm going to do it as a single tender.
You are going to do it as a single tender. All right.
Yes.
Now, how are you going to? You are going to give that. You are going to advertise both the tenders for both the places to one party.
Yes.
All right. Now, how are you going to manage the crowd?
So I've talked to Pujari sir about this. So currently the problem before we had is the issues with the rent payment.
No. My question is very specific. How are you going to handle the crowd? Given that there will be crowd for Parfait there will be a billing counter here. How are you going to manage the crowd going into
billing counter remains same, and we also have digital kiosk at all the CMJFS facilities
now. Do you
now.
think that is going to reduce the crowd to a drastic amount? Given that Quark is the primary
now
thing you have.
the serving counters will be like the serving counter is different from the billing counter.
I'm talking about the billing counter. Billing
counter. Yes.
People are standing in the billing
now,
counter.
For the people to put deliveries, they have the usual billing desk, and also they have digital kiosk.
How is deliveries associated, Ra? There is billing counter. There is your shop here. How are you going to handle the crowd? How are you going to make sure that people don't go to line and stand on the roads?
People don't need to stand in the billing desk is what I'm telling you.
How?
Digital kiosk. They can
How
place
many?
the orders from their app itself, from their mobile itself.
And this will be redirected?
Yes.
Right now we have Zaytoon.
Okay.
Is this provision not available? Online placing of orders, is this not available in Zaytoon app?
What?
Is online placing of orders not available in Zaytoon app?
Yeah, it's available.
Then?
See,
you can place it and you can get it there. No. The same infrastructure you are bringing.
It's not the same infrastructure. Currently what happens is you have the delivery option through the facility, like through the website. Now this is an additional billing desk. This is just
Where is this additional billing desk going to be?
From your mobile itself. You can do it from your mobile itself. It's an
It
app.
is already there in Zaytoon app. But okay, next question. You have talked about a centralized MOU. What is this?
The same procedure that we follow for hostel nights and central contracts.
Central contract. So you are basically having 3 MOUs.
Yes.
How is that
So
a
for
manifesto
the hostel
point?
nights, what?
How is that a manifesto point? You have 3 MOUs. You are pinning them together. How is that a manifesto point?
I feel it should be a manifesto point because
This involves no work from you. There are already MOUs.
No,
We are
it
only
takes a lot of
selecting
time. No, it does take a lot of time to get enough vendors and to make an MOU. So I guess it should be a manifesto point.
Are you not going to use the vendors that the hostel secretaries have currently?
What?
Are you not going to use the vendors that the hostel secretaries have currently?
No, the thing here is we're going to have multiple vendors with a single MOU. Now the procedure for the secretary is
What is the difference between an MOU and a contract?
So it's a contract is like once we decide with a vendor.
Legally, what is the difference? Be specific.
A contract is something which we make with a vendor for a particular period. Now an MOU is something which we make
Okay,
with a vendor for an event.
Chill. Okay. PG hostel spouse entry.
Yes.
Why are boys not allowed into girls' hostels?
I don't have an answer for this. Sorry.
Okay, you can choose not to answer. Discounted institute. What is the groundwork you have done on this point?
So currently the spouses will not be are not allowed to the rooms of in PG hostels when coming to the boy
what
hostels.
you are going with is problem and solution. What is the feasibility? Why is it not happening?
I've talked to Dean students. I've talked to CCW about this. So what when I'm talking to CCW, what CCW told is. Currently he's going to implement a biodata form where he's going to collect the data of the.
Okay, chill. Discounted institute starter kits. This is more of a PR stunt of a departmental stores. Why do you have it as a manifesto point? This is something Gurunath does to attract students. Why does the HAS of IIT Madras have it in his manifesto?
It's not mandatory for Gurunath, and we also have a different tender for
okay,
Gurunath
fair enough.
now. So it's not mandatory.
Whatever department stores you have.
What?
Whatever department stores you have. So
Okay.
this is more like a publicity stunt for department stores to have freshies come and buy their merchandise.
Again, it's not mandatory for the vendor to put it as a kit, starter kit. That there is something that a HIS can negotiate with the vendor, and now you're going to discount. You're going to get it as a discount for the discounted rates. Now, when you're making something
What is this
discounted
discount?
rates,
Give me a price split up.
So I have a price split up. Like we have a list of 21 items. Checklist.
You have that list now?
All this.
Do you have that list now? 21
I don't
items.
have the list. Sorry.
Okay.
So all this will be put up in a single kit. So kit 1, kit 2, kit 3, and the kit 1 will be at a cost of 3,000, kit 2 will be cost at 5,000, and kit 3 will be a cost of 7,500 based on the ranges with different matters.
Can we go up? So sanitary napkins. How many hostels have it already?
2 hostels have it already.
So are the other
It's
hostels?
being implemented as a pilot run, not for all the hostels. So the people who started it, who don't have an idea of implementing it in all hostels.
So
It's
you
just a
mentioned
feasibility
it's a
run.
pilot. So
It's-
the idea of any pilot is to scale it up. So what was the result of the pilot?
I've talked to CCW about this. I've talked to Narayan Pelmar sir about this. So what they told is, it's not an idea to implement in all hostels. My idea is to implement in all hostels. Currently, it's being done from the past 2 years. It's not being implemented from now.
Why has it not been implemented?
They don't have they don't think of expanding it to all hostels, because the reason for them being implemented in Saryo and Sabarmati hostel is for them to understand how many people are using like how many number of napkins being used.
Now that they know how many people are going to use it, what are they going to do with the data
I've
then expanding?
I've talked to the vendor ER Ventures about this. I've contacted the ER Ventures. So when I spoke to him, he is very much interested in implementing all the hostels, and he has been asking the same with the respect to stakeholders from 2 years, and it's not being implemented. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to implement this to all the hostels.
You mentioned that it is a zero budget thing. How is that going to be a zero budget thing? Who's going to pay for building it up? I mean, who is going to pay for putting it up, and how is he going to break even?
No, it's all. He's not going to charge anything from the hostel. There is no rental charges for it. It's only something that the vendor is paying to the OHM office for the maintenance.
Okay. Central laundry. What is your model for central laundry?
Now,
Central laundry.
central laundry facilities in every hostel. So every one of the common rooms in every hostel will be allocated to a external service provider. This service provider will wash the clothes and give back to the students at a very minimal rates.
Is the service provider going to be different for different hostels?
No, same.
Do you have a service provider with you now?
Yes, I have two of the service providers. I've contacted two service providers. One is True Colors and one is Demand. They have a working model already.
Why are you not implementing as a CMGFS core then? You are the CMGFS core,
So
right?
we've tried to implement one where we've run it as a pilot run, which is wash labs, and we couldn't expand it because dryers were not being allowed. Now I have two more vendors who have an alternative plan for this. They're going to dry the clothes out without using the dryers, electrical or gas dryers.
So you have two vendors now. Is this going to be a tender or an MOU?
It's going to be a tender.
You are going to
Yes.
publicize it in CPP
Yes.
portal?
Yes.
All right. Okay, central laundry. Tank level indicator will be available in all hostel bathrooms to provide water availability and consumption information. What is the cost of a typical tank level indicator?
Cost. So I've estimated a budget of 5,000 per hostel. Like it
What
costs
is the cost of a typical tank level indicator?
300 rupees.
300 rupees.
And
How?
it needs display boards to be put up in all the restrooms. That is what which is going to cost.
Where did you get it for? Where are you going to get it for 300 rupees? The last time I checked online, for you to for the water level indicator to give all the information which you are putting here, it costs 1,000 rupees. Else
No,
you get a very basic tank water level indicator.
It's not a so.
Okay, sure. So how many washrooms do you have in a hostel?
22 in quadrangle hostels.
Okay, 300 cross 22.
What?
What is 300 cross 22? How is
Six.
it 5,000?
What?
How is
6,000.
300 cross 22 5,000?
When I'm buying it as a bulk, I'll get it
fair
for.
enough, fair enough.
When I'm buying it as a bulk, I'll get it for.
Yeah,
less
I
prices.
understand. So about energy audits, do you think of all the infrastructure we have in residence, in departments, in hostels, nobody is doing energy audits? Do you think you are the first person to come up with this idea?
I know there were energy audits being done in the past few years, but then again, none of them are publicized. My idea is to conduct an energy audit, publicize it in the publicize it to the students, and tell them what they have to do in order to reduce the.
What is going to be your survey of your audit? I mean, model of your audit. Is it a third-party audit or in the student
We're
audit?
going to try it. We're going to try it out by the current information that we have. We're going to try to publicize this among the students. Yes, I'm coming to that. So we're going to try this out as a pilot run among the students. We're going to publicize this to all the students. Once the students are aware of this and students are utilizing these facilities, and if there is a reduce in the usage of power, we are going to give it to the third-party vendor. And we're going to conduct the energy audits. And coming to the budget, when we are going to give it to a third-party vendor, it essentially costs 7,500 per man day. And so when estimated to all the hostels, it would come around 1 lakh. I've ran this through Rara Perumal sir, and I've ran this through CCW. They are very much interested to implement this from the OHM budget.
I proposed this as part of my manifesto, an energy and resource audit.
Okay.
I have floated an ad hoc committee. Do you know what was the result of the ad hoc committee? They didn't work.
They didn't?
They didn't work. The problem is,
I'll make them work.
Okay, what is the penalty scheme in CMGFS going to look like? Do you have enough manpower to document and enforce such a penalty scheme?
So currently the penalty scheme of CMGFS works like the number of times that a mistake is being done. It's not about it's not like about the gravity of the mistake. So what I'm going to do is
Do you have the manpower to enforce such a scheme?
Yes, we do have the manpower.
If you're confident, okay. Okay, what is the necessity for extending lunch timings?
What?
What is the necessity for extending lunch timings and not breakfast timing or dinner timing?
When I talk to a few of most of the students, they fail at times during the weekends. Most of the people will be late to the messes, and uh, like many people want the mess time, at least the
Many
lunch
people
timing should
wanting
be.
is one thing. Can you do it?
Yes, I've talked to a few caterers, and when you look into the tender document, there is nowhere it's written that the particular timings of mess.
Do you have
Lunch
the tender
times.
document for mess? How do you have the tender document for mess?
What?
How do you have the tender document for mess?
I don't have the tender document. When I ran this through the CCW told me this can be done because there is no point in tender document saying that with the fixed lunch timings.
Okay, now assume you are going to increase it to 245.
Yes.
You will have counter open till 3.
The
Realistic.
counter will be open till 2:45. Essentially, what
So
I'm.
you are not going to have the counter as it is. You are going to scrap the entire thing.
No, they'll stop servicing by
Realistically,
3:45.
realistically, the counter will be open till 3.
Yeah,
Now then,
3.
now then the workers have to start again. So are the workers getting no rest? For dinner, your
No,
dinner is not being
no.
pushed back.
No, I've ran this through a few of the caterers, and
It's not about running it through few of the caterers. Are the workers going to get no rest? Yes or no?
no.
No, no rest. Cool. So poll-based revamp. Okay, specific MMCC questions. Do you have MMCC questions? Okay. First, I'll ask my question. What is poll-based revamp? Who will compile it? How will you compile it? What is the model? Who frames the menu?
What?
How will you do a poll-based menu revamp? What is your model? Who will compile it? How will you compile it?
Let us say the student community chooses an item that is not even in your tender document. What will you do?
So again,
Which
it
doesn't
would
abide by the tendering clauses. Not in the tendering document. You are only going to give them tendering document items, which does not abide by the tendering clauses,
be no.
or which is not physically possible.
Yes. So
Payasam for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
what?
Payasam for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is what they have chosen. Are you going to restrict their opinion or restrict their options to choose?
No, I'm going to give a list of items that can be put in the menu.
How flexible is our mess menu right now? What is the frequency of menu change? Why do you think the frequency?
The frequency of menu change right now is twice per a year.
It's more than that, but okay. But okay. Why do you think?
I'm going to make it as twice for a semester. I feel so. I feel that it's necessary to change the mess menu. So we have this mess menu 1, menu 2, and so we're going to have a revamp once in a semester, mostly. Now what I'm essentially doing
What
is we're
is
going
your
to.
contribution as HAS in the menu making process?
I'm going
Who are the stakeholders in the in making the mess menu?
course MMCC, HAS, chair of MMCC.
That's it.
Who make the food?
What?
Who make the food?
Mess.
So
Mess
caterers
food.
are not
Caterers.
involved in the menu making
Yes,
process?
yes, they're involved.
Is the outside consultancy we have not involved in the
Attitude.
menu making? Okay.
Yes.
Are they not involved?
They're involved.
Is Ozone not involved in the menu making process?
Ozone, yes.
Okay. GSP. I mean, mess coordinator, GSP. All right. What do I have now?
Currently, the menu is uniform across hostels, right? Messes, right? Is it so?
Uniform across?
Is the menu uniform across all the messes?
South Indian, North Indian, yes.
Okay. So do you have any, if the poll suggests that one section of the community wants some particular thing, are you going to take a specific change in a specific menu
No.
or?
So how are you exactly going to have GSB's opinion?
What?
How are you exactly taking the opinion of GSB into account then?
By taking a poll.
If the poll comes out this way, how do you
Okay.
ensure it's represented?
It will be an uniform way. It will not be there will be no segments.
Do you think biometric system for mess entry is efficient?
Currently, no.
What are you going to do about it?
So I've talked to Chief Financial Officer.
How is it not efficient? And what are you going to do about it? Also specify how is it not efficient?
So the problem with the current biometric system is it's not efficient, and for the vacation.
How is it not efficient?
What?
How is it not efficient? Why is it not efficient? Why is it not efficient?
The problem is being few people not registering with the ID like with the
That's the
thumbprint.
biggest problem.
Huh?
Tell me the biggest problem.
Technical issues.
Be specific.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Now, what are you going to do to make it more efficient?
So
Now,
I've talked to CFO. CFO told within the OHM, entire OHM itself, they're trying to upgrade their biometry system, and the CFO has promised me that within like 2 months or 3 months, like the entire biometric system will be well equipped enough so that they'll be they can upload the biometric system.
By proposing a change which you are not sure about how it is not efficient, are you bulldozing something that you don't understand in the campus?
No, so
By proposing a change which you don't completely understand,
Okay.
are you bulldozing a specific system?
So I understand this cannot. This is something that we cannot be done. This can be done. Like I talked to CFO about this. I talked
This
to
can be
CCW.
done, understood.
Yeah.
Why with, but my question is, by bulldozing a change that you don't completely understand, do you understand this change completely? Do you understand why it is not efficient? How are you going to make more? How are you going to make it
I've
more
talked to
efficient?
when I talked to CFO, the real problem that he told is the number of every time the number of misregistrations will be a floating crowd. So the problem here is every time we don't know how many people are registering for one particular mess and swapping to another mess.
we have exact data of that. How many people register for a mess?
And
How
now,
many people swap?
when there is some part of people who are swapped, this biometric systems needs to be updated. Now they don't have a facility of that to update the biometrics like
It's
every.
them putting data from one file to another. It's not a big updation.
No.
How do you think? Why do you think it is not available? If somebody does a mess swap on, I think we've discussed.
You happen to mention that the OHM already had plans to do it, right? Then why is it? I mean, then what are you doing with this?
They're going to update their systems and they don't have the plans of integrating, implementing the biometric system with the in the vacation category. So when I talked to CFO, what he told is the number of people who will be, most of the people who will be registering during the vacation period are floating crowd. Now, so for 1 week they'll be choosing one mess, and the next for 1 week they'll be choosing another mess. Now they have to update their biometric systems every week. This is the problem why they are not doing it now. They don't have an infrastructure to update it every week.
They don't have the infrastructure? They have the infrastructure. What you have is a logistical constraint, right? They are
Yeah.
just not updating it every
Yeah.
week. And you want them to update it
No,
every week.
CFO told it can be updated in every
Why
week.
can't it be updated in every week? Because we are doing it every week. I mean, April 1st, somebody is registering, somebody is getting Indigo. April 5th, they are getting Gauras. April 6th, he has his biometric. They updated it within once within 1 week, right? Is it a frequency problem? The question is it a frequency problem or is it an infrastructure problem?
Frequency problem.
What is a frequency problem? Is a logistical constraint, right?
Yes.
So you're saying that you will be enforcing it every week.
Yes.
Okay, how effective do you think ET2 is?
Have you spoken to Attitude?
No.
Have you spoken to people who, have you taken fund days regarding Attitude?
Yes.
From whom?
I took from Nihal. I took from previous year secretary, previous year HS Ashwant.
Okay, what exactly is it that ET2 does?
It's a food consultancy
What
who
is
will
their
assist us
job?
with.
What is their job?
He's going to explain.
What is ET2's job description in IIT Madras?
So they're going to help us with a tender document when we are going to propose the proposed menu in the tender document. They are so they'll assist us with the base amount, and if there are any grievances regarding to the.
Once again, what did you just say? They'll assist us with a base amount. Is that their job description? Let us be more specific.
Okay.
What is the binding document? What is the
If
binding
there are
document?
any grievances regarding to the messes, Institute is the one who is going to help us with, assist us with the.
That is your MMCC team. The MMCC team's job description is grievance redressal.
Okay, so if there are any particular problems that we cannot be that the MMCC is not able to handle with the caterers, Institute is going to help us with those issues.
No, continue. I don't think that just solves the problem.
This is what I know about Institute. Yeah.
Do we have more time or do you want to go to the GSB?
How will you get people in your MMCC team?
What is the current strength of the MMCC team?
There are.
What is the hierarchy of the MMCC team?
HIS, core, super coordinators, and there are only one super coordinator currently, and coordinators.
Whom does the HIS answer to? So, who are all part of the MMCC team? Can you just give me that answer?
Oh, the whole MMCC team.
No, just give me like who are the stakeholders?
I have a broader question. Who are the stakeholders in OHM?
Who are the stakeholders?
Office of Hostel Management. In Office of Hostel Management.
So, Chairman Council of Wardens, Vice Chairman Council of Wardens, Shaligram Tiwari sir, all wardens, assistant wardens, HIS, SGS,
Staff.
staff, OHM staff,
GSB.
Okay.
Let us come back to the MMCC point.
Yeah.
Who are all
So
part of
MMCC is chaired by
Caterers.
Caterers. Okay.
who are all part of the MMCC team?
Caterers, MMCC coordinators.
Caterers, sir. How are caterers part of
Co-
MMCC?
So MMCC team is chaired by Professor Shaligram Tiwari sir,
So he's a
co-chaired
professor,
by Ramesh Gadar sir, and HIS coordinators.
Are those the only people in MMCC?
All the hostel wardens, assistant wardens. No,
Why are assistant wardens part of MMCC?
all the hostel wardens.
According to Constitution, which other student representatives / representatives are a part of MMCC?
Health and hygiene secretaries.
Then there is another student representative.
Yeah.
Who all? Once again.
Tell me
HIS?
all the student members of MMCC.
Student members of
MMCC.
Hostel Affairs Secretary, student coordinators, health and hygiene secretaries.
Course.
Huh?
Student course.
Yeah, course.
Then also SGS. SGS is de facto member of
Yeah,
CMGFS
SGS.
and MMCC.
Which are the committees that you are in, which the SGS is not a part of?
OHM staff grievance
Why are
grievance
you part of OHM staff grievance redressal committee?
No, what is the question? Which the SGS is not a part of?
Okay, cool.
OHM staff grievancing committee,
You are a part
Hostel-
of it. If I'm a part of it.
hostel engineering work monitoring committee. Hostel engineering work monitoring committee.
Board of Hostel Management. Board of Hostel Management.
Board of hostel management. Yes.
So we have already begun the GSB questions. So if anyone has questions, please let us know.
Okay, change of topic. Constitution. So, what is executive veto? Do you know about this, and what is your opinion?
Executive veto. I don't
Don't-
suggest executive veto. Executive
don't-
veto is
What is executive veto?
executive veto is the power of the additional power to the executive council members to override the decision of an SLC.
Okay. You don't support it.
I don't support it.
Wait. So, what is executive committee? Executive committee. Do you think there need to be an executive committee under has?
What? I didn't get.
What is executive committee? Okay. Tell me what is executive committee.
Executive committee. Don't know.
Yeah. Now, Namburi, forcing constitutional methods won't make Insti a better place to live, okay? Yeah. Okay. My question is, why is Underwear Fruit Shop closed?
Why is?
Underwear Fruit Shop closed.
So, the first thing is Underwear is not being terminated. The license period of Underwear got over, and is the reason that Underwear is being, and also the reason for Underwear not being, the license period of Underwear not being extended is the number of hygiene violations, the number of waste segregation violations are very high. That is the reason why we.
Okay, I got it. So, whose responsibility is it if there is no fruit shop in the college? CMJFS, right?
Yes.
So
there is a fruit. If you don't know, there is a currently there is a provision for fruits in Coolbiz.
You are CMJFS head.
Yes,
last year,
I'm the co-member for CMJFS.
So if Underwear Fruit Shop is not, if Institute doesn't have a fruit shop, then it's
Institute has a fruit shop.
There is a
Institute
fruit shop.
has a fruit shop in
Coolbiz.
Coolbiz. I know that. Okay,
Yeah.
but
What is your problem?
you can't tell students to go till there, and I mean.
Why?
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
talking to him.
yes.
You are not supposed to answer. He should supposed to answer, right?
See, so the problem here is not about the number of eateries that we have, where there is a provision for fruits. The problem here is the number of eateries that we have a quality where there are fruits. Now, if we would have extended the period for the Underwear, so the hygiene, the number of hygiene violations that he is being.
Okay, so you are completely prepared with an answer or like an excuse. See,
I'd like to make a clarification.
Bro,
we are not ready to
I'm
gamble
asking,
with a student's life.
I'm asking,
as opposed to making him walk
I'm
5 more
asking
minutes.
has aspirant. Let him answer. I will talk to you later. Okay, I'll talk to you later. See, yeah.
So
See,
currently there is one more. Currently we have opened one more tender for a fruit shop.
it was displayed, right? It was, I think in SMail it was written as, they asked students to meet, pull vendors if they know. Is it?
No, see, it's an open tender. Like whenever we put open a floated tender, all the vendors who are interested are can come and apply.
So okay, my worry is, let's say, I'm confused if I should feel proud to be in a IIT or if I should feel ashamed to be in a college which doesn't provide a fruit shop. And
so if there is one shop which wasn't extended its license period, which is not being performed well, I don't think it's a
dude,
problem.
excuses will not make monuments.
Saitra, I have a question to Vamsi.
See,
Vamsi, explain tender process.
So currently there are three procedures when coming to tender. One is closed tender.
how long we should wait? How long we should wait to get? I mean,
I'll explain you the tender process.
Is danger to health of the students.
We didn't. We cannot plan. I'll explain you the tender procedure. There are three types of tender procedures. One is open tender. Another is closed
how
tender.
efficient and fast is it?
I'm explaining. Yes. So for an open tender will at least takes 3 months to be floated and another 3 months to be selected. So it at least needs 6 months. And a closed tender will take at least closed tender can be done within 1 or 2 months.
I myself went to Coolbiz and they are willing to open a shop. Have you done that? At least.
See, the problem is even though if they are ready to open, there is no infrastructure for another fruit juice shop. Currently, if you look into the shop which is there, like Underwear Fruit Juice Shop, it's a kiosk set up by the Underwear Fruit Shop itself, and the infrastructure inside is not proper. That is the reason why we didn't extend the license for the Underwear Fruit Shop. If you go inside the Underwear kiosk, the floor inside it's broken, and there are floating water on it. The infrastructure is not good such that any vendor can run a shop there. So with that infrastructure, you cannot run any shop according to the FSSAI audit. If you conduct an FSSAI audit, it's going to be failed. Now you cannot run a shop with that infrastructure. That is the reason why we didn't extend the tender period for Underwear. Now this is the reason why we have already constructed another food court which is going to be opened within another 2 months. You will be having another fruit juice shop.
Okay. The Underwear Fruit Shop infrastructure, you said it is there, it is built by them, right?
Yes.
So, whose responsibility is it to get it removed? Like,
Who's What the vendor's response? It's the vendor's responsibility to take care of his own kiosk, to repair his own infrastructure.
If they are not removing it, which secretary is responsible? And
Yes,
I feel
it's our duty to overcheck that, and we've done the necessary. Since he has been not listening to us, we've done the necessary. We didn't extend the license period of underwear.
And it looks like a booth bangla. I wish it.
That is the reason why we didn't extend it. Now we don't have an additional provision for that.
Other questions, sir? There are some discrepancies in the CCW system. Like, I can tell you later, or maybe I can.
You could always approach me for any kind of support.
Okay, sure. That's it.
This is regarding your point about the sanitary napkin dispenser.
Yes.
Doesn't it make more sense to have this in departments rather than hostels?
Departments, it doesn't come under my jurisdiction. Sorry.
So since like in hostels, it's okay. Also, what is your take on building a sanitary napkin incinerator in all the girls' hostels?
It will be provided along with the incinerator. There will be both.
Both
sanitary napkin
dispenser and incinerator.
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Ranjini from T5E. So our question is, many second and third years girls are still staying in triple sharing rooms in Sharaf, and it is in fact operating beyond capacity. And every year the number of girls in Insti is going to be increasing the intake. Like this year it was 14%, next year it's going to be 17%. And some of our UGs have been carted away to Tunga and they're staying there, and it continues to operate as an ad hoc women's hostel. So how do you suggest that this be resolved? How do we accommodate the increase in intake of girls every year?
Yes, so currently I don't have an answer for this. I would need like more support for this. This is the problem that we have been having from a very past 2 years, and also the number of students who are going to come are going to increase. I would need more support than this.
So, how is SFC going to be remodeled, the new SFC?
So the problem with the SFC is there is only one entrance, and there's going to be another entrance just beside the ironing shop, which will be open, and there will be one more exit. Now you have now you have separate entrance and exit, and also there will be digital kiosks set up in all the facilities. Now there will be no much queues inside, and there will be free flow in and out.
You had mentioned in your manifesto that you plan to remove all the front grills. Already, you had planned to remove the front grills for the SFC to make it more spacious.
Not the entire part. It's only a bit which will fit a door.
Do you think you'll be able to manage monkey issues if you remove the grills?
It's a door.
Door.
Door. It's a door.
Vamsi, are the food court coupons transferable?
No.
Then I guess you know that there has been people have been selling their coupons on buy and sell, right?
I know, but
Yes, what is your take on like not making that happen? Because people just take up food court and they sell their coupons and they get into the mess. Somehow they get into mess and eat in the other messes.
Yes.
How you make sure that this doesn't happen? And because of the people selling up their coupons, the people really want to eat in food court. They are not getting food court and they had to eat in other messes.
I didn't get your problem exactly. Well, what's your problem when there is someone who is using the coupons of someone who don't want?
Yeah,
now
this
person is going to replace another person. So the
they are just selling their
coupons remains same.
Wait, I'll repeat my question. They are selling their coupons and getting into messes and having food in the other messes. Somehow they're getting inside. And the people who really want to eat in food court not getting a chance because of the people like these who are getting option in the food court and selling their coupons. How will you make sure this won't happen in your tenure? Like selling of food court coupons and getting into other messes.
Add on to that, how is mess allocation process done?
What should I answer first? So the mess allocation, you give a preference. Based on the preference, so it's a random algorithm which will be done by the Tristan technologists and will be allotted to all the so mostly you'll get first preference.
If it is a random algorithm, what is the point of preferences?
What?
If it is a random algorithm.
So yeah, I'm coming to that. So it's a random allocation. It doesn't depend upon any fixed algorithm. So mostly you will be getting the first option that. So it will be like 1, 2, 3. But then again. So whom to give the first preference? It's not like if you fill the form in the first.
We understand. Continue. Next. Continue with the allocation process.
So my take on the food courts being transferable. So this is something that I cannot do. I cannot stop people selling it on a social media. I cannot stop people selling their own food courts. But then again, when the person is selling his own food courts, now food court coupons, now the person who is going to dine in, the number of people who are going to dine in remains same. Now the coupons are being used by someone else, not the actual person. But then again, the number of people who are going to dine in are same. And I'll address this problem.
He's saying, why should I go for a mess allocation if I can buy the food court coupons on Facebook?
In your argument. Now, I'm selling 1,000 rupees coupons. Okay. 5 different people are going to purchase it from me for 200 rupees.
Got it.
Now, instead of one person, 5 people are going.
Got
Again. Also. Then answer this first, answer that then. Or the other way around. Doesn't matter.
So on Thursday, a person sold 1,000 rupees. On Friday, 5 people can go there and spend 200 each.
Yes.
So doesn't matter on Saturday there's going to be food left or not.
I guess it doesn't matter. So see, even if I have a food court coupons, I can still get my friends along with me and go eat. No, now you cannot control on how many people who are dining in. It just remains the same.
What can biometry do?
Yeah. So
do you plan to introduce biometry to food court, stopping all the friends who are eating in food court who are not in food court? What is your take on it? Should that be done or should it not be done? You can choose not to answer.
I'll allow the people to dine in.
You'll allow the people to dine in. So then how are you going to solve the problem of rush?
I don't have an answer for this.
Does this help? Does digitization of the food court coupons help in any way for this to solve this problem?
Digitization.
Yes.
Of food
court coupons will help in any way to solve this problem.
Digitization of food court coupons needs much more infrastructure and it needs budget. So all the vendors needs to purchase a machine to scan all the coupons, said coupons, and it cannot be done.
Can it not be done through ID card? Same as like we buy extras, can it not be done through ID card? Like giving the amount of the food court coupons to your ID card?
The problem remains same. Now, this is something that the caterers has to purchase extra. Now, for them to scan the ID cards, they have to buy a POS terminal. Each and every caterer needs to pay an additional 5,000 rupees every month.
Can it be done through biometric?
Because it can be done through biometric, yes.
Do you have plans to do it? Because you have digital kiosk in your eateries, right? Do you plan to bring in a digital kiosk for food court?
Digital kiosk for food court is not possible because the amount that the caterer is going to get remains same, and the caterer has to pay an amount of 5,000 every month extra.
Is another question, is food court a sustainable model?
We're talking about both the financial.
Yes, I know. Currently, the food court model is not sustainable.
Not just the financial. We're also talking about the wastage.
Wastage and financial.
Not sustainable.
Why is it not sustainable?
Because the caterers are running in loss.
Because
the caterers are running in loss.
And food wastage.
And also,
food wastage.
Food wastage is also high.
So my question is, okay, do you think there is enough financial accountability with respect to hostels and money that is spent, student money that is spent by OHM?
I feel yes. I feel yes, there is enough accountability.
So I can't put an RTI on what hostel is spending or how hostel is spending?
You can.
I can't. RTI won't work.
So it's whenever you're talking about OHM fund, OHM accountability, it's a third party vendor who is doing it, and we cannot file an RTI on third party vendor. Yes.
So, I mean, leave that even establishment B funds. Okay, do you think there is enough accountability? Even FSC can't pull those bills.
Yes.
Okay. What are your plans to increase accountability with respect
so
to
that's why
hostels?
I have a manifesto point about this centralized MOU. Now everything goes through a centralized MOU.
This will decrease the corruption. I'm asking accountability, not decrease of corruption. I mean, in case someone like me or him, if you
I
want
feel
to
the
see-
current system is quite good.
Do you feel?
We don't have a system wherein we can question hostel council apart from the GBM which is conducted.
There is one assistant warden and a warden who is going through all the bills. I feel they're
He's not a student.
they're not the students. Yes.
Exactly. So, student accountability. I'm asking if SGS is using some bill somewhere, okay.
What exactly when you mean by student accountability?
See, if I'm telling you, if SGS or HAS are using it for a cooking club or EML, so money of the Gymkhana money.
It's being authorized by an assistant warden and the warden.
Wait, both of them are not students.
Okay.
I'm not talking about authorization. I'm talking about accountability. When HAS or Gensec use it for, Institute General Secretary use it for EML or cooking club, if they are using some money, I can pull the, I can see the bills through
FSC,
the.
Hostel Affairs Secretary budget and SGS budgets can be
Said,
gone
I'll
through
give you
FSC.
an example. Now, if I want to do an event for cooking club, I have to budget it, I have to pass it through SLG, I have to run it by Dean, then finally get the money. Now, when I want to build a portal in OHM, I talk to CCW, I get it done. Where are students involved?
Apart from this, once he spends the money, students will have the power to review, to see how he has spent it. Okay. This is missing in wherever fields HAS is working.
Okay.
So what are your, hostel councils and also OHM, are there any plans for you to make it more transparent?
I don't have any plans currently.
My suggestion is talk to CCW and help speaker in extending the purview of FSC even to the hostel council.
I'll do that.
How frequently is the quality check of the food is being done in the food court?
Quality check.
Yes, quality check and nutritional value, according to nutrition as well, in food court.
In
Food court.
mess again.
Specific to food court. Yeah, messes
It's being
and
done
specific
quite
to food.
frequently. It's being done quite frequently, as every other mess does.
Because even my friends has been raising the issue that the quality that is being served in food court right now, it's not up to the mark. And the number of veg items in the menu was not even like 1/4 of the menu. Like
As far as I know.
Another follow-up, how do you differentiate between quality and taste?
Taste is subjective. Quality is something that can be determined.
Have you gone through the nutrition committee report that SLC has made 1.5 year ago? 1 year ago.
what?
Have you gone through the nutrition committee report?
Do you know that there was another committee on nutrition?
No.
I was a part of the nutrition ad hoc committee. We've compiled a report using consulting third parties. They have given a report. Do you plan to act on any of that? I mean, I'm considering that it is a no, but sure. But try to consider it next time.
What is the role of SGS in the committees that HAS has, CMGFS and MMCC?
Assist HAS. Coordinate with HAS.
Shots fired.
Fair enough.
What is the accommodation crisis we are facing in IIT Madras? Do you have any plans in terms of the accommodation crisis we are facing in IIT Madras? What is the accommodation crisis?
So So, currently, the survey done by RAS in the research scholars, so there are 400 people who fill the form, and this form is to give HRA to the research scholars, and if they are interested in taking HRA and living outside institute, they can go outside and live with by taking HRA. Now there are 350 people. 350 people filled who are interested in going out from out of 400. So at least by taking 300 who are interested, we can get a little amount of room crunch solved there. And while talking about the remaining room crunch, I don't have enough plan now. I would need more support. So partly giving HRA to the research scholars is a good idea.
Gen trivia, what is the number for ambulance?
What is the number for?
What is the number for ambulance?
Institute ambulance.
Institute ambulance. Security.
8888.
Okay. Security.
949.
That he knows.
What is a comment on pay and dine in the model?
Pay and dine is something that it's a manifesto point of past 3 years secretaries as it's being not done because it's something that we are, so if we do that, the base cost of the daily price will go high. There is a reason why.
You actually have a question. You actually have a point saying that you will consider a ranked pool of caterers, right? I
Yes.
don't think you understand the tendering process enough. What do you mean a ranked pool of caterers? Is it going to be a preferential based allocation of, preferential based selection of caterers?
Yes, it's going to be, we're going to follow the tender, but every time what we do is, so we call in applications.
How many applications were there this time? How many messes are there? How many applications were there
11,
this time?
and there were about 17 applications.
17? Are you sure?
Yes, I'm not sure.
How
I
many
wasn't
tenders
a-
have you,
I wasn't a member.
how many tenders do you think we received?
25?
13.
13.
Is it an open tender or a closed tender?
It's an open tender.
And we still received 13 applications.
Okay.
And how are you going to rank?
No, I don't
13
feel,
people
I
and
don't,
get them?
I don't feel the tender is being publicized very well.
What is your job in publicizing the tender?
So,
What are you going to do about it?
So I'm going to collect the list of caterers who are there in all institutes. I'll try to call all of them for the tender. Now every time what happens is once the tender is being allocated, the rest of the caterers, we don't have the waiting list of rest of the caterers. Now what I'll do is I'll have the rest of caterers on waiting list based on their financial bid. Now.
Okay, what is the current proposal? Say you have 11 caterers that have to be operating
Yes.
at any point, right?
Yes, yes.
Or can you cut down the number of caterers, say 9 or 8 or 7? Can that happen? Or do you still need 11 caterers?
We can cut down by 8, 9, 7, but then again the problem here is about the quality of the messes.
Okay, let us say we have 11 caterers.
Yeah.
What is the number that you're proposing stay in the wait list?
The number that I'm, so whoever,
No, just give me the number that you're proposing to have.
all
in
the
wait
people
list.
who are not,
What is? Give me
5, at least 5.
At least 5.
Yeah.
So you're assuming that at least 16 people
Yes.
code the tender,
Yes.
right? Is it logistically, say, how are you going to publicize it for 16 people? First question. Second question, let us say, because you were successful in your publicity attempts, and say 25 people put for the tender. Is it logistically possible for the tender committee to consider 25 tenders in a fixed span and come with a fixed number of caterers to come? And is it legally possible to have a backup in the current tendering process?
Also, about your ranking point, how is this different from empaneling caterers in limited tender? What is empaneling caterers in limited tender? How is it different from empaneling caterers?
I'm not sure of empaneling in limited tender. So, when talking about the feasibility with same panel, I guess it will be feasible if we get 25 caterers. So it's feasible to go check on.
How much do you think it costs for one verification of tender? Okay, what consists of a tender in IIT Madras for MS?
Financial bidding and technical bidding.
How much do you think the cost of a technical
Technical.
bid? I mean, to evaluate a technical bid, how much are you going to spend
Depends upon the mess, like where the mess locates.
on average?
On average, if it's from south, would
What is the bidding price of a mess?
1,50,000.
Bidding price?
I'm not sure.
Bro, I have 3-4 questions. You can go one by one, right?
Okay.
So you said you'll set up a shop near Gurunath for mobile and laptop repair shop, right?
Yes.
So like, when does the tender of the current laptop repair shop end? Do you know that?
The tender for the current shop is
About
already been expired.
Okay.
It's going to be extended for 2 more months,
So
and after that, meanwhile, we will be floating another tender for new vendors. So meanwhile, within these 2 months, like after 2 months, you will be getting the next.
So by setting up a shop, you mean that you will replace that vendor, or are you gonna build a shop again?
No, there's going to be a replace of new vendor. It's a new tender. I'm going to float a new tender for that.
Okay. Next question is, what is the difference between A charge and B charge in hostel fees?
What?
A
So
charge
establishment A and establishment B. Establishment B is something which you are going to pay for, pay 1,500 apart from your fee, which is going to be used for the hostel purposes.
If it is not used, will it be reimbursed to the hostel?
Yes. No, establishment B cannot be refunded. It goes to the hostel budget.
Establishment B, there is provision for establishment B to be refunded anyway. Let us partial refund. Let's get to this point. How much is the current establishment B cost year-wise?
1,500
for all people. For everyone on the campus, is it 1,500 rupees?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Do you plan on increasing it?
I'm not planning on increasing it. Dining charges on hostel accommodation.
What? What is the money that you're paying for establishment A for? Where is it going?
One is for the accommodation, and
is it for the salaries of the employees?
Yeah.
He doesn't have an answer anyway, so.
Okay. Next question is, you said it is tough to. I mean, underwear flooring is not is bad, right? And new construction is going on in Himalaya, right?
Yeah.
So it's which is better? Like you can with a 10K you can.
We have given instruction. We have given instructional sheet multiple times for the underwear fruit juice shop, saying that he has to repair, he has to renovate his floor. But then again, there wasn't any response from the.
My point is, building a whole new infrastructure in this Himalaya is so costly, right? Compared to.
It's not about building a new infrastructure. It's about the tender period. Now you can, if there is a shop which is being terminated, which expires, the license period expires, you cannot bring in a shop within a week. It at least needs a time span of 1 month to float a tender.
Okay, my suggestion is
one small follow-up on that.
No, let him answer.
No, one small follow-up on that. Not for you. One small follow-up. Is there a termination clause in any of your tenders?
Yes.
Bro, like. Why can't you spend some little money and renovate the underwater fruit shop and use it for something like laundry shop?
That's not the infrastructure provided by IITM. It's the own kiosk by underwater fruit juice shop. We cannot renovate it.
Okay. Another question is, you wrote a point about cloud computing, right?
Yes.
Cloud connecting printing to cloud.
Yes.
2 years back, there was put-piece service in.
Yes.
I think the printers are still in the hostels, right?
So the problem here is with the amount of room crunch being increased, we cannot use the same rooms for printers. Now those rooms will be used to accommodate people. Now this cloud printing will be moved from the hostel area to the printing shops that are available.
That service is not working from past 2 years, and I think
that service was not being worked. The license period got over, and the vendor is not there because that license period is over because of the increase in room crunch. Now we have to accommodate people.
Are the printers removed from the rooms?
Not yet.
Why? Why
should the printers be removed? Why do you want the printers to be removed? there
No,
is no
they
vendor
are not
who's-
working, right? The printers.
They're not working. It's the no. What is the problem with the printers being remaining?
Are the put piece printers working, functioning? Are people?
They will work, but there is no provider who is going to run the operation.
So you can contact the concerned startup or maybe to
I
get
contacted him. That's the idea. When I say cloud printing, the same is going to be implemented with the available printer shops.
Okay, fine. I mean, if it is not working, just remove the printers. Why are you still keeping unworking?
We will remove the
And
printers.
from the past 2 years, it's not being done.
Yes.
So it shows the inefficiency of the secretary, I guess.
So my question is, what do you think is the role of hostel affairs secretary in disciplinary committee? What do you think is the role of hostel affairs secretary in disciplinary committee?
Representing a student, like so, if there is a student, and if you feel the amount of punishment that is given to a student at that particular time, if you feel that is more, is just that since you are representing students, and you can put forward your opinion on that, saying that I feel that you feel that the amount of punishment that you're given is higher than what I expected.
What happens to budget of any secretary once it is not approved in SLC?
So once it's not, so after being passed in SLC, if it's rejected or passed, it will be sent to the dean of students, or the particular chairman of that. If after that we have to pass it again in the SLC. If it's passed, then we're going to use it.
So can you use money before you actually propose the budget?
If the chairperson and dean of students agrees for it, yes. That particular, when talking about CMGFS, if the chairperson of CMGFS agrees, forwards it
What
to
is
a
the
dean
role of
students, and
SLC
if dean students agrees.
What is the role of SLC then?
I'm not sure if that can't be done or not. This is the procedure that being followed.
So you are spending money before the SLC approves budgets?
Yes.
And you think it can be done in the future also?
No.
What do you do to make sure it doesn't happen in the future?
I'll make the budget well before. I'll pass it in the SLC well before.
How? What do you mean pass it in the SLC? SLC has to pass it. It's not in your hands, right?
Yes.
The budget, only proposing the budget is in your hands. Passing it is not in your hands. Passing it is in the SLC's hands.
Yes.
How will you make sure?
I'll push my standing committee member to pass my budget. That is what I can do.
What is your take on Vigilance Committee? What is Vigilance Committee? What is your take on Vigilance Committee?
And do you think students should be a part of Vigilance Committee?
I don't think students to be a part of Vigilance.
Okay.
I don't think a student can
One
go.
of your co-SGSs has a manifesto point which mentions that a vigilance committee of students has to be formed. Now, assuming both of you
I don't think students can be a part of vigilance committee.
assuming both of you are elected, now there is a conflict of interest. How will you make sure your voice is heard?
No, I cannot ensure that it's going to happen, but I'll put forward my voice saying that a particular student cannot be.
So in your tenure, you're saying that you and Kushal Reddy get elected, and he wants to push. One of your Gen-Sec aspirants get elected. He wants to push forward the vigilance committee, students in the vigilance committee. You're going to just sit. You're just going to put forward your 2 cents and make peace with it.
You're just going to?
Are you just going to put forward your 2 cents and make peace with it? I mean, in your tenure, will students be part of vigilance committee if that happens?
I don't think it will happen anyway.
This actually calls for a bigger question. How will you coexist with your executive wing members when there is a conflict of interest? Who is the deciding?
Based upon which is correct?
Based upon?
Which will benefit the student community?
Who gets to decide? Who gets to decide?
Who
what
gets to
benefits
decide?
Student community?
Opinions, both of them are thinking the student community will be benefited. Who will make it?
Yeah. There are conflicting opinions in your own student community, in your executive council.
Pass it in SLC.
Okay.
What is the present status of biometry entry in hostels?
Few hostels are following it, and as far as I know, 2 hostels.
All tower hostels, actually.
Do you have any specific questions? I don't have specific questions. General questions. General questions. Case study.
Just because you are told, we cannot make him ask these questions in the social.
We told him we asked to pay him 10,000. All is done now. Give me his manifesto. Let him ask.
You mentioned points about central delivery system.
Yes.
Ashwant told me 2 years back about this.
It's being implemented. If you see, the finders bins are already been set up in all the hostels. It's going to be rolled out in another 2 weeks.
What?
The central delivery system is going to be rolled out in another 2 weeks.
Okay, you got the
Yes.
tenders.
Yes.
You mentioned about bonding.
It's a follow-up. It's a follow point again. Yes.
It's already happening.
Okay.
It's already happening. And you can see finders bins have been already set up in all the hostels.
And you mentioned about bonding nights.
Yes.
What is it? Centralized MOU will be adopted with
Yes.
suitable central.
Yes.
But recent SLC meeting, the budget you passed got rejected, right? What? Sorry. The budget you proposed for bonding nights, it got rejected. Have you?
It's not for the bonding night. The bonding night is different from that bonding night.
It is not him, it is HS budget.
Yeah.
He was representing
I was
HS.
just representing HS, but then again, it was not the bonding night that you are thinking. The bonding night that I am talking about is hostel bonding nights.
You need not answer.
Okay, maybe.
Sensitization regarding food wastage through live waste amount by placing weighing machines under waste bin in all messes.
Yes.
All right. So how is this different from you writing in the notice board that this much food was wasted?
So currently what's happening is the cumulative amount of waste that is being, cumulative waste is being displayed on a board currently in all the messes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place a weighing machine. I'm going to like display the amount of food that each and every individual is going to is disposing at that particular time, and also it will show the cumulative amount of wastage.
How is it going to help?
Making the people aware that how much of food he is
already aware through notices, no?
He doesn't know how much of food he is wasting in that.
Fair enough.
So I have suggestions actually. Shankaram sir is working on, he's giving DDPs on controlling food wastage in hostel zone. Maybe you should meet him. Or
I'll meet.
ED final years are working on it.
Sure.
And you mentioned about water consumption audit or something.
Yes.
It's like reducing the water wastage, right?
Yes.
And a person called Bala from ED, PhD guy, and
Okay.
he's part of Discovering Creativity class. He's working on the same problem.
Okay.
So maybe discuss.
Yeah,
with them.
sure.
So
Sure.
many people are working on similar problems.
Sure.
Should discuss with them.
Do you agree that there is a water crunch in the campus?
What?
Do you agree that there is a water crunch in the
Yes.
campus? There is a water crunch.
Again, what water?
Bathing water.
Huh?
Bathing water.
Okay. Yeah.
Non-potable water.
Yeah. Okay.
There is a water crunch, right?
At times.
At times. Okay. Do you think it is serious?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think everything should be done to conserve water?
Do you think everything?
Should be done to conserve water?
What everything should be?
I mean, should we do whatever
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What is going to happen with Holi?
Should or should we not celebrate Holi with water?
You can choose not to answer.
I choose not to answer. Again, that remains as my personal opinion. I don't feel my personal opinion will help in any way.
Does anyone have questions? If no, we'll close the session. No questions. So with that, we have come to the end of the Hostel Affairs Secretary Soapbox, and that was Venkata Vamsi, the candidate for HAS this year.
Thank you all. Thanks for coming, and please do vote for me. Thanks a lot.